Hey there everyone, this is Dandy Dragon, and today we got a Raiders 3v3 on Quick Match. And as your favorite Dandy, I am joined by the local champion and hero and complete and utter troll, Xerinium. Xerinium, would you like to introduce yourself real quick?
Yep. Hi guys. I am Dandy's first ever pupil he has ever taken, and I'm still gold because I want to be gold.
Not due to my coaching techniques. It's just the guy
Not due to
refuses.
Dandy's coaching.
You refuse to do more than like 10 1v1s a season. So, it is what it is. Though he does very well in FFAs, he does very well in team games. I believe you've been in a couple streams or in the streams themselves as one of the players before. And for
Yep.
those who don't know, he likes to do some more of castle timings. He does Byzantines, does some ABBA. I believe you've been doing some War of the Dragon as well.
Yep. And Ottomans, my first love.
Yes, I remember when I first started coaching you. Your very first FFA tournament was a coaching tournament, and he had played Ottomans and got into an internal dent-off with an English player that refused to quit.
Cohesion,
Uh,
memories.
yeah, good times. Well, you ready to get started here?
Yep.
All right,
Already.
let's get it going. So, as we look at it, we got Galactic on Order of the Dragon. We have Naniyori on Byzantines. And lastly, Dark Shogun on the Japanese for the Raiders. And they're on the north side of the map to Noob River here. Now, on the other side, we have Adel Cork. We're just going to call him Adel. We have JD, but not actually playing JD. That's a disappointment. I don't know.
Disappointment.
Like you're playing HRE as JD, you just be JD, be Joan. Just accept your fate. And we have Captain Hero as the Ottomans. Now that's some unusual comps. Now normally for a team game, you're gonna see usually at least one aggressive civ, and at 3v3 specifically, one boom civ and one castle timing civ, or some variation thereof, usually with at least one aggro and one boom. The third civ may be another aggressive civ, maybe another boom civ, or a castle timing civ, but usually you have at least somebody who's going to be fairly aggressive. Now, with this, we have for the opponent side, we have ABBA, who's going to boom. That makes sense. You have HRE, who on a large map is going to likely going to be going castle, especially since they're already on Deer. They're gonna have a good start to their economy. You have the Ottomans, who's already getting out a military school. I wonder if that's them going for a push. Normally, Ottomans in team game would be going to TC or early trade or something of that nature. You don't really see them do much immediate pressure in feudal, but we'll see what happens. Now, obviously, the Order of the Dragon likes to go castle, but can put out some feudal pressure, especially with their Gilded Horsemen. You have the Byzantine with Naniyori. The Byzantines are going to usually play more of a boom into castle pressure, though they can put in some feudal pressure.
Yep.
Yeah, especially with Hippodrome. I'll be curious to see what Naniyori goes for. And Shogun being on Japan. Japan is basically always a castle timing civ, though I prefer to play them as a 2TC boom into castle. I'd rather not rely on getting relics to save my economy with Japan, especially when you have something like double HRE or double looted, or those two combined. You're not going to be guaranteeing those relics fast enough. So
I am surprised that he did not go for water with his cheaper fishing boats.
that is.
He could have.
Oh, go ahead.
He could have really utilized that to his advantage.
Yeah, that's true. Normally, I'm very anti going water on a map like this, but if you have a discount dock, if you have discount fishing boats, anything of that nature, I see a lot of value in it, and especially for Japan. Japan only, I think, gets 40 wood for their fishing boats.
Yep. 41. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just place one down, and you can get a lot of fishing very quickly, and you don't even need a second TC, which is really nice.
Yep, and I think Abbasid is planning to fish already.
Yeah. Yep. Are they on wood? I don't see them on wood. At the 3 minute 40-second mark, I don't see them on wood, so I'm not seeing a play for that.
Oh, I
Okay.
guess they only went for 3 boats, I guess.
Okay. Oh, what time are you at? I think you're a little bit ahead of me.
I paused at 3:56.
Okay. I'm at 4:03. Oh, I see the fishing boats now. Okay, I'm at 4:07.
Got it.
Okay. Yep, they
Caught up.
went forward. Okay, okay. Why didn't he walk just straight across? Why did he go at an angle? Okay, all right. Man, I gotta get my eyes checked. I couldn't see that bright green amongst the other green.
I do like how much he collect, but he's gonna straight up go to castle.
Yeah, okay, 13 as a baseline extra on top of what he already has gathering. And he's got those tied in there. He can't really... Okay, he's got a couple vills there. Not bad, not bad. And with the Aachen there covering his golds and his food, he's going to have a really fast castle timing for HRE, or for Order of the Dragon. We can see on his total resources, he's already got half the food to go castle. That's kind of insane. Like the other HRE player, if we look at JD, they have the golds.
Gold, yeah, but they're lacking food. Yeah. That's my macro issues for us.
Yeah. Though they got half the food now, but at this point, Galactic is a little bit closer at this, I think. Because right now...
he already tapped up.
Yeah. Man. Oh, and he's dropping an early tower. I guess he expects a little bit of pressure, or he's just doing that to have it ready ahead of time. But I think he's safe to just go for it. Now, we got a little bit of a longer game going on here, so I think we need to speed it up a little bit, get in the ×2. Yep. I'm at 550, and I'm heading the ×2 button, see where we get. All right. Man.
I would say that the relics are in a bit of advantageous position for Galactic. They're a lot more closer to him.
He's got 2 that are near him over there. They're a little bit farther than the ones for the 2 that are right across from yellow. And the ones on the bottom edge of the map there, or bottom left, are equal distance to all of them. Though I would agree a little tiny bit closer for Galactic due to the fact that he's on the end and not the middle. Yep. If he races for that middle relic, he will get there first. And that's honestly, that wouldn't be a bad play. Get a couple prelates out there right away. Let's see where he's got that going to. All right, he's going for the one next to the water. That's not a bad place to go. We do see that the HRE player is pre-sending out some prelates. Not a bad idea. He's going to age up right now, so he's already going to be in position for a few of those. That is one like disadvantage the HRE or the Dragon has.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, is they don't start out with a prelate. Oh, and he's going to lose that third. That sucks. Yeah, he's going to automatically start out by being behind on triple relics. Though, if he can get the ones near his base as well, I think he'll be fine. Just innately, yeah, he's getting one of those right now. Did the HRE get one of those too? Yep. Oh man, that sucks.
He sent a pellet but has yet to grab it.
Yeah, no, the HRE player seems to have grabbed all but 2 relics. He even got the far distant one.
Oh my god. Okay, that's pretty good.
Oh, and
pretty good for the HRE.
Oh, and the Knight denied one of the other relics. That really sucks. He only had 2 to begin with. That is the struggle you're gonna have as HRE versus, or as Order of the Dragon versus HRE, is you're not going to be able to secure the relics as easily, just because you're going to be behind on your total prelate count at the very beginning. And it's neck when you're fighting that hard for it. It's a real close matchup there. Though
and the problem is like none of the teammates for Galactic made any militaries in
Yeah.
feudal as well.
Yeah, just even one knight or one horseman out there putting pressure would have been great. And that's where something like a very fast bannerman daimyo upgrade or daimyo upgrade on your TC for bannerman as Japan, then going into like a 2 TC, like both those combined, it'll give you a good eco and it'll get you an early bannerman to help secure those relics. Though Galactic, oh, there we go. Galactic does get a prelate kill there. That is good. He needs to secure any amount he can get. He really is banking on that that fast castle getting him relics, so he needs to get as many as he can while he can. Though his opponent's already massing out, which really sucks there. So he's gonna be losing that relic. Oh, we do see some HRE knights are diving the backline.
Yep, raiders.
Oh man, that hurts. You do not, as Order of the Dragon, you really can't afford to be losing those vills. So, getting a couple of vills knocked out this quickly, it's gonna hurt. Meanwhile, HRE already going imp at this point. Gosh darn, man, they are gonna be booming heavy. To be fair, they can get away with it. They have 5 relics. 7, actually. Lord. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 7. They got 6 total. 6. There's 7 on the map. He got 6 of the 7.
Just pretty insane.
Yeah.
And Abbasid is Imperial already. Fuck.
Yeah. That is rough right there. We are seeing that the
and Cannoneers are out already.
Yeah, they're putting some heavy pressure out. This team definitely having some experience. They went for their good timings. They got elite military very quickly. Ottomans seeming to just rely on the passive military. And now they're switching into pumping Janissaries. Oh, that's going to be a hard army to be fighting. Luckily, Galactic seems to already make plans to get down some stone walls to protect their flank, which is smart. You don't want a massive cav corps just running into your trade. And that's some good trade by Naniyori. He's the only one getting really strong trade numbers at this point. Though it looks like the Abbasid has started theirs up.
Shogun is, yeah.
Dark Shogun getting up double market as well, and so is Galactic. Galactic is getting up a market himself. Though Naniyori has really boomed up heavy. He's on double TC
heavily.
He's going for 5 level 5 cistern, and he's got trade going. His economy is kind of outrageous, I bet. Let's take a look at it. 100 economy units. If we go to the income per minute, we can see Naniyori is leading food, only being competed by HRE and Abbott, though HRE just got ahead of him. We of course see a really good wood count from HRE, but Naniyori as well, and now we got some fights going on in the middle. We see that the Cataphracts are pushing back the Abbasid Camel Legion, though they are going to pull back themselves upon seeing the mass Janissaries, spearmen, and the like. Not a bad decision.
But he's
Yep. Grand Winery is down, which is good. And we see that the Order of the Dragon Galactic he's starting to push down the bottom flank, which is good. If he can get over there and start taking down their trade, that would be nice. Though we do see a very quick response to some raids from JD against Dark Shogun, who tried to get into their base, but Wood Wall was able to keep him out, and then the Knights started to clean house. Oh man, that is suck. We are seeing an imp army versus castle, so they definitely want to pull out of that fight. Not worth it at this point. And honestly, if I'm Dark Shogun here, he really needs to be booming up and getting caught up with his allies in terms of age and resources. He is on a good amount of gold, but his food is leaving something to be desired. He really needs to get a little bit more trade up as well, I think. Yeah, 14 total. He wants to be on 30 to 40, and he needs like 50 vills on food.
He really needs to start putting farms instead of houses around his town centers.
Yeah, That's some inefficiency right there. You want to have everything under that daimyo passive, but to be fair, if he's really trying to save space, kind of makes sense. But then like those 4, those 5 that are around the main TC, come on, Dark Shogun, if you see this, do better, man. We love you, but that's farm placement right there. You can put those houses a little bit further out. Though we do see he is massing out the mounted samurai. He's got the Uma Bannerman to give them the damage bonus. All good stuff. That is a strong little calf core. Oh, and it looks like Naniyori is trying to get into the cookie jar here. Running through their back line. He's diving trade. Kind of putting out some pressure. Now, is anyone else supporting this raiding? Don't really see any other pushes. We do see that.
I don't.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
You go, man.
I was going to say that it seems like their coordination, the opponent's coordination, is a bit mess now because they're all over the map, but they're not pushing.
Yeah.
Which gives free reign to our guys trading hard.
Yeah. And we do see that Dark Shogun taking a great pick here, just immediately taking out about 10 Bastard villagers and denying a keep placement, which is amazing. And immediately he's going to pull back after that. Oh, but he's going to lose 5 bills of his own. But at this point, he is on castle, but he does not have castle knights. That was a bad trade for the Dark Shogun. He needed to save that mass. You don't want to be throwing away expensive armies like that, especially when you don't have a good bank to back it up. Oh, and that's going to be immediately loss of a bombard as well. That is some heavy losses. Don't like to see it, but it happens. Luckily, at this point, they don't really need those central resources. He has 24 traders, which is a decent amount. And he's got 51 on food. That is good. He really needs to start pumping onto wood and just get like another 10, 15 traders. Really keep that eco going. We do see a massive Cataphracts army from Naniyori. And it looks like him and Galactic are coming in. With Galactic coming in kind of a rear flank.
That's a scary army, though.
Yeah, but dear lord, that JD army with the camel support is doing a lot of work. Those Cataphracts they're having a rough time, but they're getting it done. Goes to show you, Cataphracts are just a solid unit. And he went Golden Horn Tower too, so he's going for just a constant swarm. A little surprised when going Cataphracts, especially mass Cataphracts, having kind of a Hippodrome plus Cistern play is so good.
Would have been way better. Yep.
Yeah, at least in my opinion. But hey, there's nothing wrong with getting some free elephants, because that's what that tower is getting them. That is some free tower elephant. I'll take that any day of the week. Now
they just need to hold up for a while because Abbasid is about to run out of fishes soon.
Yeah, and he'll have to, if he runs out of fishing, he's gonna have to make a full farm transition. Which honestly though, putting that pressure on right now may not be a bad choice. Let's take a look at the green resources. Yeah, you're right. He's out of food. He's low on food. He's about to run out of fishing. And then once that dries up, he's going to have to switch to farms. But if you catch him before he does the farm transition, he's going to run out of food and he's not going to be able to keep making army. This is the danger of having all your economy just tied into fishing, is you're not going to be able to keep it up. You're going to have to get out of this eventually. So if you know you're going imp, you need to start cutting down on the fishing ships and start transitioning into just more farms. And now it really sucks to do that because that's a lot of wood you're losing, but that's just something you gotta accept, is you're not going to be able to rely on that forever. And we do see the Cataphract hand cannoneer crossbow army. Oh my gosh. And now the mounted samurai are in. Now they are elite. They are a imp army, and they are grinding away the opponent's forces. Their crossbows from the gilded crossbow doing 44 damage a shot. Elite Cataphracts doing 21. Those are some hard-hitting units. Camels, for instance, only doing 18, though they're doing, gosh dang, 34 damage versus cavalry. They hit harder than the mounted samurai, or not mounted samurai, the Cataphracts. Or is that Keshiks I was looking at? Alright, let me make sure I'm grabbing the right unit here. Don't want to be giving wrong information. Oh, 35 damage. 35. The other one was the Keshiks. So, but still, they're hitting about as hard as a Keshik. Or not Keshik, a Cataphract when they're actually hitting. So, those Camel Riders, they do some good, solid damage. Now, we do see...
And the grind fest is beginning as well.
Oh, man, this is a good play here by the Basset player. He went in for some Zebeks, and they are whacking. They be whacking, man. We do see in the south corner, Dark Shogun has started to raid the trade, and he's just sitting on it. Yikes. I think we need to slow down. I'm at the 32.5 minute mark, and there's a lot going on. We got keeps getting dropped down on the northern sacred site. The southern one just got taken. We see the Mounted Samurai are just kind of continuing to clear off trade, though it does look like they're responding to it with mass Janissaries, which is a good choice. Janissaries are going to be able to do a lot of damage. They're going to be able to kind of knock those out. And those Sepiki are going to be able to keep the Mounted Samurai from getting on top of the Janissaries, letting them do their damage. Now,
they do need to get some stone walls in, though. That do not have stone walls.
Yeah, that is a poor decision. When you're at this point in the game, there's no longer an option. You are going to make stone walls, and you just gotta deal with the fact that that's what has to happen. Oh, we got more Tower of Blunts, more Cataphracts, more Elite Mounted Samurai, just an elite Cav force. And those Tower Elephants, they're doing work now. Ever since the past couple patches, they've been stronger and stronger and just putting in more and more work. Though those Zebeks, man, those Zebeks are really causing some pain.
They can't really build counter armies. I mean, cannons would do the job, but
that's true.
That's an investment.
Yeah, it would be. Though we do see some bombards coming in from Dark Shogun. Where is the Galactic army? All right, more spears, more gilded crossbows.
We need a forward production now, though.
Oh yeah, and look at his base though. That's a lot. That is a lot of production from Galactic. We do see that they're continuing to push into their opponent's base, and the bombards are taking out the Zebeks. And that is the Zebek down. Let's see if they can get the other one, or at least the Mangonels. That is a Mangonel down, second Mangonel down. There's only 2 left of the 4. And yep, that's getting targeted out. Shogun doing some good micro here, taking out the big threats, which is the siege and the boats there.
The base, yep.
The naval army was doing a lot of DPS. To lose that, and that's expensive. And he's managing to keep those bombards alive. The gilded crossbowmen are now there at the front line helping with the fight. Gosh dang, they don't have anything to kill that tower elephant. Janissaries are not going to kill that very quickly. The spearmen, they can do some work, but you know, do they?
They need the Dandy's addition. Horsemen. Literally, horsemen would wipe that army.
Oh, that's true. Like, don't get me wrong, those Cataphracts would be dangerous. The same with Mounted Samurai. But there's not a lot of them. Like, the Janissaries you had and the crossbows you had would do fine. Switch out of the spearmen. Spearmen are not doing it. We do see that the Abbasid have switched to a full farm economy, but they are just poor as dirt, which is not good as Abbasid. Abbasid should be your rich civ, and if they're not rich, then who is for your team? If we go to each one, we see JD got a decent gold bank, but really hurting in the food. Captain Hero.
Ottomans are dirt poor.
Oh yeah, that's. We don't see any trade from the team. Like, we see, I think most of it.
Green trading, yeah, but yellow and teal are not trading at all. That's bad.
It makes sense for the HRE to a degree. We do see HRE horsemen now too. They did make that transition, which is really good. And honestly, this is one of my favorite comps in the game. It's just horseman crossbow. The crossbow are gonna take out, pardon me, your heavy units like the knights and the men-at-arms, and horsemen can kind of just take out the rest. They can dive siege, they can get on top of the ranged units. They can do a lot of work. But now the mass Cataphracts are back in, and that hurts.
A charge. Oh.
Yeah, that took out so much. And this is kind of the problem when you're facing these like these mixed forces. Oh, we got some Lanchenecks getting added into. Yikes. Gilded Lanchenecks.
Not the best choice over here.
Yeah. But here's the thing, if those Gilded Lanchenecks don't get targeted out, they will slaughter crossbows. Crossbows not being a high HP unit. If they don't target out the Lanchenecks will melt them in seconds. Luckily, they were good about doing that. And now we just see a mass crossbow legion. We really need to see the siege come in from the raiders. We need to get a lot of mangonels up there, or just their own horsemen. Some gilded horsemen right now would do the work. Galactic not sitting on an insignificant amount of resources either. If he canceled the archers, canceled the spearmen, canceled the Lanchenecks, a men-at-arm, and crossbow, he could easily switch into mass horsemen, because those spears, they do not have the spear numbers to really stop the knights, and they're gonna lose those spears immediately, which means the horsemen could just be getting on top of this ranged core.
Although they do get the sacred side, so they buy some time. That's good for them.
That's good. And they're also dropping keeps over there. They're getting the gold over there. But without trade, they are going to starve out of resources. They got 4K on one, 3.5K. You got 6.5 on one. They don't have access to that gold. There's not a lot of gold left for their base, but probably about 10 to 12K left. That's not enough to really secure. Oh, we do see some raiding coming in from the Basset player, though they are losing the middle once again. They really need. It's kind of a catch-22. Do you keep all your army in the main section to try to get as much DPS out there as soon as possible, or do you just keep raiding and hope that you can hold the middle and slow down your opponent's economy? Because that hit hard for Naniyori. Naniyori is actually looking kind of broke. Those Cataphract armies are really getting to wear on his economy overall. No wood left. He's just purely relying on the infrastructure he currently has. And he's got 45 traders, though. That is a ton of gold per minute. Between olive oil and Cataphracts, he should be able to just keep a constant stream out. But, man, it's tough. If he loses one bad engagement, that's kind of over. And this is where he really needs to get some, the opponent team needs to get their camels over here. Camels getting the debuff. Oh, and we have demo ships coming in. That is some big damage on the Cataphracts. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You don't want that happening. You cannot afford that. Oh, man.
That hurt really hard.
Yeah, luckily the mass behind them is still good. We do see some siege coming in from Shogun. We see mounted samurai coming in. We have the elite gilded crossbows that are, oh man, they hit like trucks. That's a Beck though, putting in some good work, taking out units as it fires. Let's see what is that going to do? And dead. Yep, that does some damage. That Cataphract charge, though, allowing them to get on top of the siege and into the ranged units. God, it's so good. Just not allowing the crossbows to do their job. And, like, see here, this Basset army, maybe, just maybe if it was up here, this fight was really close. Those Cataphracts were nearly killed. But now the Cataphracts are into the eco of the HRE, and the HRE, yeah, they can't afford to be idle. They don't have like 10k resources in the bank. They're sitting on only 1,500 food almost. That is not where they want to be. And we do see the continuous push into the base. That's a Beck still doing some work. They really just need to knock that thing out. And one good shot from Shogun. Right as I said it, he did it.
he read your mind.
in the past while he was at it. Gosh, what a guy. Oh, and those are mangonel shots directly onto the Lanchenecks. Yes, they'll get the elephant, but not before they themselves die. Oh, that's rough. Crossbows coming out, and immediately Shogun getting the mangonels on them. Oh, and that blob is going down immediately. At this point, they don't have the mass to stop this. They're desperately trying to stop the Cataphracts from running into their eco lines, which is allowing the elephants, cannons, and the crossbowmen to just start taking out infrastructure. I think that's safe to say this is GG. Like, timer aside, that's bad. You're gonna see Naniyori is slowly building up his bank. Shogun, he's gonna be able to start. Oh, actually, he's struggling to keep up with his food, but that's not gonna matter. Galactic himself is also on a decent amount of resources, and that's just kind of it. We see everyone is tapped out except for JD. I guess he thinks those relics are gonna carry, but gives up. Man, that's a game.
Not today, even though he got most of the relics.
Yeah. Well, he had a good gold income. I think, oh, man, that's tough. They don't have a good answer for the Cataphracts, at least not cheap. And that Basset player ran out of food too early when he really needed to just have mass camel archers or mass camel riders. That, backed up by a lot of crossbow, could have taken that out.
And I would say that Ottomans could have done a lot more here. They never went into trade. Like, they could have gone for the keep landmark, traded hard.
Yeah, no, that's
true.
true.
Would have protected their trade with the keeps, but nope.
Yep, and if you have a bunch of the Ottoman keeps on your back line with the Great Bombard emplacements, they're going to kill raiders. Like, 3 or 4 Cataphracts are going to mean nothing against a Great Bombard keep. So yeah, I think the main difference there was the trade. Having an efficient trade, especially for like Ottomans, you need to have it. You gotta have it. It's the only way you're gonna keep up economically. The free stuff is good, but 40% bonus to trade, come on, that's a game-winning like Vizier point. You gotta
get like 250 gold sometimes with that kind of trade.
Yeah,
bonuses.
No joke, man. That's no lie. You can get some insane economy. And it goes to show you those little things, they add up. They had good mining, but it's not going to be like 150 trade. When we were looking at the Abbasid player, he had good eco with his trade, but he was just running low on food. Didn't seem to have the Abbasid economy really going as strong as it could be. That fishing, while it paid some dividends early, did not pay off in the long run. If every single one of those boats was turned into a farm, each one of those being a farm at like, what was that? Probably about 25, 30 fishing boats. That would have been his entire farm transition already done. Like several times over. You hate to see it.
Farm bonus, he could have like probably gotten more food at the end. More consistent food at the end.
That's true. That is true. The Abbasid farms are powerful. You don't want to be slacking on those. All right. Any last notes for the viewers there, or you think that's about it?
That's about it. Just make stone walls, guys.
Stone walls are good. You got it. You want to have good eco, and if nothing else, you want like 40 traders, 50 farmers. And you gotta have stone walls. You cannot just let Mountain Samurai into your trade lines.
Trade line. Oh, that's bad.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Xerinium, for joining me today. And thank you, viewers, for joining us. We hope to see you all in the next video. You all take care.